want a war, you're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. We had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. You make the wicked Dingbat here. Breaking news, mother-hopping news. And I like this one. I sneakily like this one. And I think it tells us a lot if my calculations of the cornbread are correct. We will be calculating it. But here is what is going on to anybody that don't know. The Eagles have signed cornerback Adoree Jackson. Jordan Schultz breaking. Former Giants cornerback Adoree Jackson is signing with the Eagles, I'm told. Jackson has started 82 career games and adds experience and depth to the Eagles secondary. And I think this is a good, slick move, a cheap move, I'm sure, by Howie Roseman. But it assures a couple things. One, you have veteran presence in that secondary. It's good to have it. You have a guy that started a lot of games. Number two, I think you're going to get a look at Ringo being the starting cornerback. I think you give Ringo the opportunity first. You have Jackson back him up, but if it doesn't go good, if it fails, you got Adoree Jackson in there to take over if need be. And Adoree Jackson is good enough that the players around him, he'll be just fine. I think this is a good signing for the Eagles. He is 29 years old, but you're only getting him for 1 year, and it doesn't take the option off the table that you take a corner early if there's somebody that you like. Plus, and for many people will like this most of all, I think this means that Cooper DeJean will stay in the slot, and he will not be going to the outside. So we'll see what you guys think about this. I actually like this move a lot because I think Ringo does deserve a shot to play corner. You're going to get him a lot cheaper than Asante Samuel Jr., who I don't think was a good fit for the Eagles. God, I hope my audio is working. I didn't even check. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Good. For once, it worked. So what's going on, everybody? Super Tony, Michael, Easiest Name, Rocky, Sean Fitzpatrick, Mav is here. Everybody that's here, thank you guys so much. I think this is it's a good move for the Eagles, but I do think that it's going to mean Ringo is most likely going to get a chance on the outside to start. And if it doesn't work, you've got a guy with some experience. Now, maybe he'll beat Ringo out. I would have an open competition to start. I like this. I like this move actually a lot. Dude, Mav doesn't like it. He says a BS signing. He thinks we're going to sign. I don't know who he thinks we're going to sign. Michael says Eagles, yes. Isa, how much was the deal? They didn't give a price yet, but it ain't going to be for that much money. I think it provides good depth, and you need a veteran there. You lost two veterans, right? You lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and you lost Darius Slay. So who's your veteran presence in the secondary? Now you have one in Adoree Jackson. So I actually think this is a sneaky good signing, but I think it means Ringo's going to get a shot, which, like I said, I think Ringo deserves a chance to play, and I don't necessarily think he can't do it. Isaiah goes, what up, 500? What's going on, my man? I think Ringo will beat him up. I do too, but he's solid if you need him. You know, he has had injuries in the past. He's very fast, at least he used to be. If you guys remember a few years ago in 2021, I think it was, the Eagles and the Giants both were after him, and he was supposed to visit the Eagles and the Giants. I don't know if he ever wound up coming to Philly or not, but I wanted Adoree Jackson about 4 years ago for the Eagles. A little late now, but I think for what the Eagles are doing, I like this. James David Super Chat, he goes, I love this signing of Jackson, but I want Becton back. Could be more crucial than you think. If Jurgens isn't the same or injured, for future, Becton could be future right tackle. Come on, Howie. I think the longer things go on with Becton not signing, the better chances that you have of him actually coming back. Chris Melick, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, how much did Barkley and Vic had in this move because Giants stink blow the whistle? Well, yeah, they might stink. But if you look at it, we took Bradbury a few years ago. First year as a corner, he was very good. Saquon was Saquon. And then, there's no reason to think Adoree Jackson isn't going to be any good. I don't think he's going to start. At least I don't think he's going to be handed the job. He's going to have to compete with Ringo. And I think it's good. It's a good depth piece, no matter how you look at it. Roll Philly Dolls, man. David Super Chat, he goes, I don't like it. Means no Asante Samuel Jr. or Jair Alexander. Well, Alexander hasn't been cut yet, and it doesn't look like he's going to. And we'll see if they trade him. I don't think, and we'll see what the financials are. I don't think that this is a move that if the Eagles were enamored with Jair Alexander, let's say that's the move they wanted to go and bring him in as a corner. If they really wanted him, this move is not going to affect that. This is not. I don't think they're going to pay Adoree Jackson so much money that they still couldn't do anything else. I think it leaves that option open. I don't think Asante Samuel Jr. is their kind of guy. That's the problem with him. Freddie, thank you for the super chat. He goes, last time we got Giants cornerback all pro. Agreed. I don't see him as necessarily being the starter. I see him as a depth piece. But I like it. I like the fact that now you have some security over on that outside, that if Ringo comes in and can't win the job, you got a guy that can come in and start and play, and then you'll be okay. Rolo David Super Chat goes, I think Howie should be in concussion protocol due to the beer can to the head, making some questionable decisions lately. Well, wow. I mean, I don't know. I mean, for the money, for what they're trying to do, I don't mind it at all. Now, the question is how much did he get paid? I would say that I would be surprised if he got paid $8 million. I bet you, if I had to guess, I bet you somewhere like one year, $5 million, something like that. Adoree Jackson was the best corner on the Giants. Absolutely. Or Adoree Jackson, Eagles signed. Yes, they did. They want Ringo to win the job and start. They're only going to bring up backup starters like ASJ or Alexander. I agree. I think they want Ringo. Look, by all accounts, the Eagles are very high on Ringo. I know there's a lot of fans that aren't, but the Eagles, they are. And I think they want him to win the job. I think they're trying to give him an opportunity, but they're bringing in competition and they're bringing in veteran experience so that if he can't win the job, you have somebody that's competent at that spot. I actually like it. And for all of us talking about how Vic Fangio has to sign off and stuff like that, he must have felt okay with that. Quad says, this is Howie leaning on Vic Fangio. We obviously can trust Vic. Agreed. Eagles always talking our players like get you all own. You guys should learn how to build a team that wins so they don't have to come to us. James David Super Chat goes, Jackson had a good year, is way cheaper, and had better PFF grades than Asante Samuel Jr. Love what Howie is doing. I like this move too. I think it's a good depth piece, but I'm really looking at it now like, man, they're going to give Ringo an opportunity to win this job on the outside. And you know what? I'm okay with it because really I wanted him to compete with Isaiah Rodgers for the job. Okay? I think Adoree Jackson arguably is an upgrade over Isaiah Rodgers, and I think the Eagles might think that too. Sean says, now, Joe, you know, the second you stop the stream, they'll probably trade Goddard, right? Oh, I know. I'm waiting on my wife to come home to go get my car, and she's late, and I'm lucky that I was even here for this. James Davis Super Chat, my man, he goes, Jackson had a good year. His wage. Oh, I think I read that. Yeah. He got $1.75 million. That was at the league minimum. 1.75 that's a bargain. Gambo, thank you for the super chat. He goes, people need to realize we do not have money. We cannot make splash signings. We have to trust our young guys and sign depth. Relax. Agreed. Was it 1 year 75? Let me see. I know that the other signing was 1.75. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let me pull this up for you guys. Man. I like this even more now. Jeez, where was it? Oh, I like this even more now. Check this out, guys. Check this out. All right, not that. I got to remove that. This. Adoree Jackson had two. Oh, that's not what I'm reading. Damn it. Where did it go? Oh, crap. Never mind. I think I blew shit up your ass. I don't have the financials for it. I thought that was it, but it's not. Sorry about that. I messed up. I thought that was a payment, but it wasn't. I don't know what he's getting paid. I see Adoree Jackson as possible Rodgers replacement, and then Ringo as Slay's replacement. And trust this move if cheap. Well, I see it like instead of Rodgers and Ringo competing for a starting job, it's going to be Adoree Jackson and Ringo. And they're obviously going to favor Ringo to win that. Eagles Army down under. David Super Chat goes, same people that complain about this are the same people that soaked about Bond and Beckham. It's a backup move, not the start. I agree. It's to me, it's an insurance move. You put Ringo in, you let him start, or you let him at least battle for the job. If it goes south and he's not doing good, you can't do it. You've got an experienced veteran guy that can come in and start. Or just let him flat out say, look, Ringo, we want you to start, but you got to go win the job over Adoree Jackson. I think that's great. I think it's great competition. Yeah, I agree, Jordan Voorhees. It's great competition. Where are you seeing the 1.75? Gambo, thank you for super chat, my man. Yeah, I think I read that one too. People realize I know I did. Bald Eagle, thank you for super chat. Can Adoree do anything? Yeah, he actually can. He actually can return. I don't know at his age if they still want him to do it, but he can return. Eagles need Malachi starts the draft. Well, I think that also bodes well for them getting a younger safety too, because they're going to hit a safety next. I don't know. I think Justin Blackman is actually a better chance than Justin Simmons, only because of age. I kind of don't want Justin Simmons, although I know he's played with Vic Fangio. I just don't know that he's the same guy he was a few years ago. Chaz, man, thank you for the super chat. He goes, relax, guys. It's March 13th. Solid depth piece. Agreed. I like Adoree Jackson. It's value on the cheap. It's only, and he's only 29. Agreed. It's great value. Great value. Great value. Vito, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate it. How Barkley played last season, Giants should have gotten the first. Your GM is a moron, and you guys kept them, so that makes the Giants morons. We lost Bradbury and Slay, so Mills along with Jackson would actually be nice. Oh, you want Mills? Interesting. 500. The Eagles have to pay for you for the live coverage. I wish, my man. Rap sheet said $2.5 million. Yeah, I don't see anything with the contract. Let me see if I can go to Rap. Let's see. I'm looking. Yeah, see, I don't see anything on him right now. But I like it. I think this is a great, solid, sneaky, solid veteran depth type move. No doubt about it. And I think, like I said, I think it provides insurance. So I'm looking for stuff on his numbers. I don't see anything on the numbers. If you guys see something, let me know. I thought I had it, but it wasn't it. Oh, they're showing this highlight. I'll show it real quick. I can only show like a little bit of it. Let's see here. There he is, Adoree Jackson. He's got speed. I mean, I think he's going to be a good insurance policy, good depth piece, no doubt about it. A Bald Eagle David Super Chat goes, Adoree Jackson is better than Devin Hester as a kick returner per Shefty. Nah, not quite that. I like the Sidney Brown. I like Sidney Brown. Don't know how he's forgotten. Was playing really well until the ACL tear. He's surely fully healed, and now he deserves a shot. He deserves a shot at starting. I agree. He deserves a shot at starting. However, I still would prefer. I would still draft a safety really early and then let him compete. So why is no one mentioned? We have 20 picks over the this and next. Oh, I don't know how many times I've mentioned it over the course of the last 5-6 hours. We've talked a lot about that. I think this is a good move. If he's trash, then he sits on the bench. Stop crying. Well, yeah, right. And he's not trash. We know he's not trash. He's a decent corner. You know, he's a little older now. He has been hurt at times, but I mean, he's solid. He's solid backup, and well, maybe not even backup. He could arguably start. Let me see here. No, I see nothing on his contract. Just that it's a 1-year deal. Yeah, I like this move. For what the Eagles are trying to do, I like this move a lot. If you guys see how much, let me know. Vito, thank you for super chat, my man. I don't know if I said that. Adoree Jackson, I think I read that too. We're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. When you look at this secondary now, right, you still got a giant hole at safety. You've got to fill that. I'm sure maybe Sidney Brown will get a look. But you got one of the best corners on the one side with Quinyon Mitchell. You got the best slot corner in football with Cooper DeJean. Now you're going to let Ringo take a chance and get his shot to start. Maybe he gets beaten out by Adoree Jackson. If he does, you got a solid veteran number 2 corner. So you're set there. This defense is going to be okay. JCX, thank you for super chat. Keep seeing Eagles link to Bama, Malachi Moore, and University of Georgia, Malachi Starks. Curious if they bring a sign back. I think Klein will be back. I mean, I think he'll be there. We'll see how he looks, once training camp stuff starts. However, I do think they're going for one of those safeties because the truth of the matter is they talk to a lot of safeties at the combine, and it was enough safeties where people were bringing up like, why are the Eagles talking all these safeties? So I think the Eagles want a safety, and I feel like that's what they're going to do. So a 1 year, 2. Where did you see that at? Let me see here. Okay, let me see. All right, so here we go. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, thank you, J-Dog. All right, so here it is. Nope, not me. But ex-Giants cornerback Adoree Jackson's headed the Eagles on a 1 year, $2.5 million deal. $2.5 million. That won't even mess with your compensatory picks. So I mean, it's cheap. And by there's no way that if the Eagles, let's say, wanted Jair Alexander, for instance, let's say they wanted to make a splash, This move doesn't prevent you from doing anything. It's a great move. It's a great move to allow yourself to have veteran presence, veteran depth, and I like it. I like this move a lot, actually. John, thank you for Super Chick. It's 1 year, 175 for Jackson. Okay, well then that would be even better if that's the case. Avante Max Big Toe is going to be $1.5 million from Howie. I don't think Maddox is going to be back. He might be wherever Goddard goes. Aren't they like roommates? Adoree Jackson is sneaky upgrade. It's sneaky good move. Adoree Jackson is a waste, man. I don't know, man. I think it's a sneaky good move, to be honest with you. You didn't bring back Darius Slay. He's $9 million. He's like $9 million cheaper, and you're going to give Ringo an opportunity to start. If not, you got insurance. I don't see how this is a bad move. I don't see how this is a bad move at all. James, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Adoree was the 9th best corner in run defense last year per PFF. No, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Veteran depth is important. It is. You just lost Bradbury. You just lost Rodgers. You just lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You just lost Darius Slay. Now you've got at least somebody with some veteran experience back. I don't know that he can move to safety. I think he's a little too small for safety. What are we trying to do, 500? Because I don't know the idea of what the F Howie is doing. He trades the heartbeat of our defense for a guy who probably won't make this roster, along with the running back. Look, I don't know what the CJ Gardner-Johnson thing is. The whole speed bump in the off season. I don't know what happened. I don't think anybody really knows what happened. But I think it was way more than just money. It wasn't a money move. There was something else going on with that. What, I don't know. But besides that, what is he trying to do? It's simple. He's trying to play the young guys. He's trying to play the young guys and let them get a chance to play, like Ringo. If you take that C.J. Gardner-Johnson thing out of it, I don't think he's done anything wrong, to be quite honest with you. I think it's a good move. I mean, they weren't going to pay Slay $10 million for 1 year, okay? And to be honest with you, Slay's on a farewell tour. He wants to go out. Hey, it's my last year. I'm going to enjoy the season. I got my ring. The CJ thing is the one thing I don't know. Andrew, thank you for your super chat. He goes, everyone wants Starks or more, but Andrew Makuba from Texas is a name to look out for. Hard-hitting safety that played a ton of zone coverage, ball hawk. I'm going to have to go watch his games. But, yeah, I mean, I don't care at this point, I don't care who the safety is. I just think you need to go safety early in the draft. Webfoot, thank you for super chat. He goes, I just got here. Thoughts on Dillon and the new tight end? A.J. Dillon, great. I thought a great backup signing. I like that move a lot. The tight end to me is it's a depth piece. I think he's maybe a third tight end if he can make the team. I wouldn't be comfortable saying he even makes the squad. In my opinion. I'm a Giants fan. Jackson is done. Yeah, I know. Well, Joseph, I think we've heard a lot of Giant fans tell us that Bradbury was done and he was all pro. And it was Saquon Barkley was done and then he goes out and gets 2,000 yards. I'll hear the Giants' opinion, but I won't take it serious. You guys have been wrong about too many times. Steven Davis Super Chat, he goes, our free agent additions are indications of what they will look at in the draft this year. I think to a certain point, yeah. I do. But I think the one thing that is clear, they're going to play their young guys. This, to me, isn't about Adoree Jackson. This is about Kaylee Ringo. This is about Ringo having the opportunity to come out and start. That's what they're saying. They think he can play. So he's going to get a chance. If it doesn't work out, you know what? You've got a veteran to come in. But what if Ringo plays well and it's good? Then all of a sudden, you've got 3 young corners that are all shut down. So I actually like this idea. Now maybe they'll go ahead and they'll say, maybe they'll draft the corner early in the draft. Oh, what do you mean? We never said? Oh, come off it! You did so bad. That's not true. All I heard all off season was Barkley is done. He ain't the same guy. He's injury prone. You guys said it all off season. Your GM even said it on Hard Knocks. Come on, man. Come on, man. You guys said it. You said he ain't fast anymore. Michael David Supercheck, Giant fans' opinions on who is done is not or not is hilarious. It really is. It is. Bradbury was done. He goes out as a Pro Bowl year. Barkley was done. He's not as fast anymore. Blah, blah, blah. He goes and gets 2,000 yards. I don't care what the Giant fans say. Okay? Because they're always wrong and their team stinks. Remember the Eagles went 2-2 heading into the bye and proceeded to 16-1 next 16 games. Didn't even get to the draft. Relax. I agree. Adoree Jackson, Adoree's a backup at best. That's the point. You got a good backup. Because you know why? Ringo's going to get a chance to play. And I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Let the kid play. Let the young guys play. I think that people trash Adoree Jackson. Yeah, I think it's crazy. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's an all-pro cornerback, but I think he's solid. And I think that he could come in and he could play and help hold things down if need be. But I think the bigger thing is Ringo's getting his chance, man. We're going to get Ringo and see what he can do. Bradbury disrespect is crazy. The man ain't played in a year, and y'all still can't stop talking about it. His holding call is the only one that cost us the Super Bowl, and we just won. Get over it. I don't know. I don't know what they're saying about. I don't know what anybody's saying about. I don't know what anybody's saying about him, but all I know is that he had an All-Pro year the first year he came. Big Lou David Supercheck is moving Ringo to safety is a fun thought. It's an interesting thought because I think he's kind of physical and big, but I think they want him at corner, and I think he's going to get the opportunity. I think safety spot is the next spot that we're going to have to see what they do. Will they go and sign Justin Simmons? Many people think that they will because it just makes sense with his relationship with Christian Parker and with and with Vic Fangio. And that's the other thing you got to think about. Christian Parker here is a good coach. He's done a great job developing guys. Why do we think Ringo cannot play? I don't understand why people don't think Ringo can't play. I think Ringo needs a shot. He needs a shot. Look, the Eagles liked Ringo more than they liked Isaiah Rodgers. That's just the truth. Fabio Davis Supercheck goes, Ringo struggles with shifty wide receivers, then big wide receivers. I think to judge Ringo right now and say that he was some sort of finished product over the first 2 years is crazy. He's developing. He was developing. I don't think when Slay is in and then Slay's out, then Slay's in, then Slay's out. I don't think you're getting a chance to really see what these guys can do. Let's see what he can do. I think he's got to go win the job. The job's not going to be handed to him. However, I think that this is about Ringo and Ringo starting. That's how I look at it. 500 selling dreams today. Yeah, I'm selling dreams. We just won a Super Bowl. You just won with a bunch of young guys, and people are complaining they want 30-something-year-old guys who are finished because they have a big name attached to them. When all our success has come when we started playing the young guys and developing them. Now, people want to go away from developing them or that plan and then add what? Who you want to add? Who are you going to add? What secondary piece? Sante Samuel Jr.? Why did they sign him? If he's so great, why didn't they sign him? I personally like him, but who else? Who else do you want that they're not going out and getting? Why do we want to revert back to 31-year-old guys, 1-year deals, they're finished, and they're not what they were? Let the young guys play. That's why you won a Super Bowl. Sante Samuel Jr. is also more money. He's also obviously can't tackle. And I don't think the Eagles really want him as a corner. The other thing is this. If you bring in Asante Samuel Jr., who's coming in on a second contract, guess what that means? that you're not playing Ringo. You're not playing your 21, 22-year-old corner. You're playing a guy who's in a second contract. They don't want to do that. They want to play their young guys. That's why you won, because you played your young guys. Now we want to get away with that or get away from it. Why? I don't understand. AJ Brown Smith, weed out bad corners in camp and elevate the elite ones. Agreed. Say what you want, but Ringo's going against AJ in practice all year. Iron sharpens iron. I agree. Vic's scheme requires tackling big time. It does. Our secondary sucked with C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Slay and Rodgers prior to starting Mitchell and DeJean. Those two guys literally changed everything, and Hunt dominated the Super Bowl. I mean, that's when you look at this year. I mean, one of the big reasons we won, and one of the big reasons we had the number one defense, was because of the production from young guys. Not just DeJean, not just Q, but what about Jalix Hunt? What about the emergence of Ojomo? What about the emergence of Nolan Smith? I mean, Nakobe Dean showed up. That's what brought you success. Going out and getting Asante Samuel Jr. essentially is saying that Ringo isn't good enough. I don't know if he's good enough at the end of the day or not. I'll be perfectly honest, but I'm willing to give him a chance. I'm willing to give him a chance. Adoree Jackson being cheap doesn't hide the fact that he sucks and is taking up a roster spot from young corners. I don't think he sucks. You have to have a veteran presence. And by the way, okay, if the Eagles wanted to go get Asante Samuel Jr. still, they could do it. It wasn't like Adoree Jackson is taking up all this money. He's not taking up at all. So if they do want an Asante Samuel Jr. or they wanted a Jair Alexander, they can do it. But I think what they're saying to us is we're going young. We're going with these young guys and we're going to let them play. And that's how it's going to be. And I'm okay with that. I feel like AJ gives Ringo props. He will be fine at first corner. I agree. Illuminati says 500. Giants are such a bad organization. Imagine paying Slayton this year to do the same contract as Barkley got last year. You can't make this shit up. I don't know how that GM. I don't know how he kept his job. That's all I can say. I don't get it. Jackson isn't a lock to make the team. Left my ass. No, he's not. If you have guys outplay him, the Eagles could cut him. It's not like they gave him huge money and were locked into him. It's not like a Bryce Huff contract. It's cheap. It's a cheap contract. But I think what people need to realize is you're basically telling us that Ringo's going to get his opportunity. Unless they're going to draft a corner in the first round or second round again and play him, which we'll see. But I think as of right now, to me, the biggest thing I take out of this signing is that Ringo's going to be starting. The general consensus was that Ringo came out a year too early. He had stayed, he probably would have been a first-round pick. Now he's had time learning the best defense against two of the best wide receivers. Agreed. The Eagles are obviously high on Ringo. They let Rodgers go because of Ringo. Christian McAfee, David Super Chat. He goes, "You didn't read my super. I didn't see it. Let me go find it." Where is it? I don't see it. Not seeing it. Oh, here it is. My bad. I apologize. Christian, thank you for that super chat. Hey, Phil, after these glory days, these fans are going to regret being ungrateful. These fans just always complain and trash players. Elf fans, thank you, man, for super chat. I just think people they want big names, but a lot of these guys are older. I think what the Eagles are trying to say is we're going with the young guys. Now the CJ Gardner-Johnson thing, I don't understand that one. That one to me is the exception to the rule, and I think that had to deal with other things that we don't know. Roll Philly Dogs, David Super Chat. He goes, get me Ojolari and I'll be happy. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't complain if they got him. I would like that. Justin, David Super Chat goes, will Adoree Jackson start? And Hendrickson coming? I don't think Hendrickson is coming. And I don't think Adoree Jackson will start. I think Adoree Jackson will be a backup. I think he'll be a role player, a veteran presence, and I think he'll be an insurance policy if Ringo doesn't pan out. That's what I think. Yeah, they may say, Adoree, you could come to Philly and you have an open competition with Ringo. I'm telling you, Ringo's going to win that job. Ringo's going to shut up a lot of people this year if he's given a chance. Overreactions and drama queens crying and complaining he's not lining up against their 1 or 2s. He may just be a backup. Stop crying. It's depth. I agree. Is Vic behind his decisions? I would assume Vic has some say in this whole thing. But I'm sure the Eagles don't want to pay a certain amount of money for guys either. Like I said, if you get Asante Samuel Jr., then Ringo's not going to start. Ringo's not going to play. I don't think would they trade up for Ringo? I think they want Ringo to start. I think they want him to win the job. Gardner Minshew headed to Kansas City Chiefs. What are they going to do with Carson Wentz? Roll Philly Dogs, man. David Superchick, because I said I didn't like it, but for 1.7, 2.5, it's good. Exactly. Look, if they gave him $20 million a year or $15 million, or even what they gave Slay, I'd be like, yeah, that's too much money. But for what they gave him, it doesn't stop you from doing anything else. I know some of our fans are myopic as we just won a Super Bowl. Yeah, we did. And we're about to win another one. JCX D21, thank you for the super chat, my man. Eagles used to have one of the older rosters. Other franchises are taking notes of playing catch-up. Execute on the draft and keep development young talent. I agree. I don't remember what part of the year last year we said Ringo stunk. I don't remember what game was Ringo on the field and he just got beat so bad. We're like, oh, this guy's he's a bust. When did that happen? When did Ringo become a bust? I just don't remember him getting an opportunity. Man, the plan was Ringo gets an opportunity after Slate, comes back one more year, leaves, then Ringo starts. I mean, how many times did we talk about it last year? Justin Davis, is Simmons coming? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of speculation about Simmons, and Dave about him coming. I don't know. And if he comes, fine. I'll live with it. It's not my first choice, though. To be honest with you, I don't know what he has left. I'd rather go young. Handsome Hustler says Adoree Jackson is a red zone liability, and he grabs wide receivers' jerseys all day. Illegal contact flags all day with 2 career interceptions. 2 career interceptions. His whole career, he's only had 2 career interceptions. That's crazy low. But he'll be sitting on the bench watching Kylie Ringo out there. You got to watch it. I definitely will, Zach. Yeah, he can return. At least he used to be able to. Ringo is fast and had a great teacher. Agreed. Hey, Philly, keep it real. We were effed. Man, I am keeping it real. And I got to tell you, I think that take is real dumb because I don't agree, Mav. How could they be cooked on defense? The most important guy to sign, they brought him back. You've got Jalen I don't get it. I I don't get why everybody was all good with the young guys playing. Now we continue that, and people want to go back to these old veteran people or names of guys that are shot or not the same. I don't understand why we would want to do that. He has 18 career interceptions, not 2. That sounds more right. Chris, it's about sustained success. Howie has accumulated 20-plus draft picks with these moves while saving a ton of cap space. He also retained the core of the defense on the offense. We will be just fine. I agree. I'm actually excited about Ringo. He had 2 years to develop under Darius Slay. He has one of the best secondary coaches in the league. He has a great defensive coordinator. I think Ringo deserves an opportunity to play. Let's see what he could do. I mean, if he can't develop and win the job, then that's one thing. But he hasn't really been given a fair chance to play. And I have no issue with them starting him. I don't. Our defense will be fine. Believe it or not, Slade kept getting injured, and Sweat was inconsistent. Milton was good, but he was depth. He was a depth piece, right? And now you got Ojomo. He could play for Milton. I believe that. I believe Jalix Hunt is going to start and be good. He's going to take over for Sweat. You're probably still going to add another pass rusher in the draft. You brought Zach Bond back. That was huge. You still got Quinyon Mitchell. You still got Cooper DeJean. You still got Reed Blankenship. You're going to give Ringo a shot to start, we've talked about that for 2 years. And then you need to do something at safety. Safety is a big hole. Ringo joins the Georgia party that's lit in Philly at the moment. Matter of fact, I got a prediction. Lewis Cine and Ringo will compete. This young, good defense once again become number one. You would think, I mean, we'll see how he is safety-wise, but yeah, I like it. The Eagles' big moves will be in the draft, not free agency. Don't we have like over 20 picks for the next 2 years? We have crap load of draft capital. Yeah, we have a ton, and they'll be very aggressive. You know, I like this move because you bring in a veteran, you're bringing a depth piece, you're not paying them a lot of money, and then most of all, it's telling me that the young guy's gonna get a chance. Illuminati says 500. I say we draft a kicker and a punter in this year draft competition. I wouldn't mind bringing in some competition, especially as a field goal kicker. Johnson Davis Supercheck, are you excited for McKee's second string? Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think McKee was better than Pickett last year, so yeah, I am. Adoree Jackson stole money from the Giants in 4 terrible weeks. Good. Giants fans loved him. They loved him. They wanted him back. I remember them saying when he was a free agent a few years ago, well, it might have been last, they wanted him back. He stole the money. He ain't stealing nothing from us. Ringo will be good. He knows the spotlight's on him. And Vic will play the best guys regardless. Agreed. I think Howie moves up, definitely. Master Eagle, what's going on, my man? I think it just hit me that we won Super Bowl. Yes. Now I feel like this team is more good than last year. I think the defense isn't as good right now as last year. But they got to continue to build during the all season. We're not there yet, but we'll get there. But I see people telling me that we're going to be the 16th, 17th ranked defense next year. Eagles were 1. They're not going from 1 to 16. They'll still be a top 5. They're still a top 5 defense. Justin Davis Super Chat. People just don't like uncertainty with young boys. I get it. I get it. But that's where our success has come from. The young guys, playing the young guys and developing them. That's why we're where we are. Why are we going to go away from that now? He's doing a rebuild. Shake I should have kept Burks on $5 million. Listen, if he really wanted Burks, he would have kept Burks, but he didn't want him. And Burks probably didn't want to stay. He probably wanted to go somewhere else and try to get a chance to play. Philly 500, stupid question. Can a team win a Super Bowl with 80% of its team being rotational players? Your thoughts? 80% of your team? I don't. What team has 80% rotational players? Who? Where? Who are the players? What team has even 50% rotational players? No. But there are no. The Eagles aren't 80% rotational players. Aziz Ajal, look, I wouldn't mind it, but it's not the end of the day. Year 2 will be insane. Agreed. Jackson will come to a team that has a lot of talent defense. The Giants had none on defense. He'll come in. He'll be a veteran presence. He'll go out there. He'll probably compete for that outside job with Ringo. Hopefully, Ringo will win it, and we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. People can't take turnover. Teams that win many Super Bowls have a lot of turnover. Pats would have 30% of their team leave around, and after, yeah, exactly. That's what Belichick said, about 30% turnover. I know people don't like it, but like the options that people are getting upset that we're not signing is what I don't get. Like, you know what I mean? Like Jair Alexander. Okay, is he getting cut? Is he getting traded? Are the Eagles going to give him big money? I don't know. I mean, all last year, we talked about DeJean and Quignon starting them, letting them play, and then going out, letting Slay play one more year, leave, and then let Kylie Ringo go or play. I mean, they're just following the plan. It makes sense to me. Linda Davis Super Chat. He goes, Eagles will draft Emin Worry or Kevin Winston Jr. in the second round. Winston projected first round, just got hurt. Emmanuel Worry, athletic freak. Well, I love that kid. I'm seeing mocks where they got him anywhere from 14 to 27. So we'll see where he goes. Did I hear? The only thing I heard about Justin Simmons is that he would love to come back and play for the Eagles. That he would like that very much. Or play, I'm sure he would. But if when you read the reviews, it's like Justin Simmons is a free agent, not the Pro Bowl player he once was, but he still has something left in the tank. That's the scouting report on him. Why do I want a guy like that? I mean, why do I need a guy that is 60% of what he was? Go get the young guys. Rodgers was ranked much higher before gambling. Yeah. Look, I like Rodgers. I would have done Rodgers and Ringo and let them start it up. But it's going to be Adoree Jackson and Ringo. Is he legit? He's a solid guy. He's not a Pro Bowler. He's not a world beater, but he's a solid veteran presence. He can hold down the spot if you need him to. And, he's got experience. That's it. But he's just good competition for Ringo to win that starting job. James, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, I see Jackson's security blanket. If a cornerback gets injured, knock on wood. Exactly. I do too. I actually like the move. To me, the bigger question is the safety position. That's where we don't know what we have. That's where we're sitting there going, what do we have? We don't know. This one, I like it. I like this move. Finally, do you see Trotter Jr. getting significant? I do. I think Trotter is going to play a lot more next year, especially early in the season. We don't know when Dean is coming back. So yeah, I think Trotter plays more. I like this. I like that Ringo's getting a chance. I'm not scared to put him out there and play him. I think you got enough good pieces on defense that you'll be okay. Adoree's a top 20 cornerback versus the run in the NFL. There you go. I just watched some Harrison Bryant tape. He can back in, get vertical downfield just as well as Goddard. Nice pickup. I mean, I don't think he's not Dallas Goddard, but we'll see what he does. So how do you feel about in 2 years bringing Prescott in to be our? No, I don't want anything to do with Dak Prescott. You don't want 98-year-old Simmons. Rather have Blackman. He is younger. All about letting the young guys. Yeah, I mean, if I have to choose between Simmons and Blackman, I'm going to choose Blackman. He's younger. I'd rather have a younger guy. You know, personally, I want to go. I want to go get the top guy in the draft. That's what I want to do. You know, and if I sign Simmons, if the Eagles do sign Simmons, to me, he's not going to be guaranteed a starting spot because I'm going to draft the best safety I can, and then I'm going to try to have him beat out Simmons. Youth movement. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been doing. When the Eagles started playing the young guys, they started to have success. I mean, and here's the other thing. You got Christian Parker. He's one of the best secondary coaches in the league. I think let him coach up Ringo. Let him develop him. Maybe they're saying, hey, Howie, he needs an opportunity to play. He's ready to go. I mean, we don't know. We got to see. Jackson's a solid story. He left Tennessee for the money, and the Giants ruin him. We can get him back to being a good player. I think he'll come in and be a solid player. I don't think he'll be the starter. I think it's going to be Ringo. I think Ringo is going to be the starter. How would you feel if Howie brought in Parsons? I don't want him. I don't want him. He's got that cowboy stank on him. Plus, I don't know, man. I don't know, something about him. I don't know. There's just something about him rubs me wrong. Stop the cap. When was the last time a cornerback rookie came in and got 5 interceptions in one season? I don't know. These people don't understand. We got youngins' paydays coming up. We have to bargain. Yeah, we've got to do what we're doing right now. But I like that the young guys are playing. 500 PFF had him rated higher than Slay in almost everything last year. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Linebacker Campbell from Alabama. Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, total stud. Patrick Surtain's great. Yeah. People think the defense is toast now. We only lost 3 starters on defense and have the capital to bring in more. Plus, we have guys like Ringo Brown and Jalix with potential. Well, I look at it like we know who Milton Williams' replacement is, Ojomo. He showed a lot of life last year. Then you look at Sweat's replacement. Who is it? It's going to be Jalix Hunt. Jalix Hunt showed a lot of promise, especially in the playoffs. I think he's going to be pretty good. I don't think there's anybody that we can't replace with the young guys we have. The only guy that we can't replace is CJ Gardner-Johnson because we don't really have a safety. Unless you think Sidney Brown's the guy, I'm not sold on him. So, to me, I think we're going to be fine. Ringo is hit or miss. Seen upside on him. Yeah, giving up some touchdowns. He had that one big play last year, though, that I remember. Yeah, I think so. But the only way he's going to get better, and the only way you're going to know for sure, he's got to play. He needs reps. He needs to be out there on the field. He's been waiting 2 years behind Darius Slade, learning, being coached. I think he's ready for his chance. That's how I take it. Jack White Davis Super Chat. He goes, Jack, sorry from Ohio State, first round thoughts. I've got to go spend some time on him to give you fair thoughts on that. When they asked our defensive back coach Parker who to look out for taking the next step and look really good, he said Andre Sam and Ringo. I think he knows he's a top defensive back coach in the league right now. I trust him. I trust the defensive back coach. I do. And I trust Vic. And I like this. To me, this is a Adoree Jackson move. Everybody's going to talk about Adoree Jackson. But to me, it's not about Adoree Jackson. This is about Kaylee Ringo. To me, they're setting up Ringo to have an opportunity to start and win that job. And if he doesn't and he can't do it, you at least have a veteran presence there, somebody that could step in and do it. So to me, I think this was a good move for the Eagles. Billy, what's going on, my man? How are you today? Patience is still virtue. These kids have come to play, and now the other kids want to play on this team. We will be okay. I agree. 500, you forgot Huff. I purposely avoid Huff because, I mean, really, that's the one guy that has really not panned out well for us. They claim it was injury. We'll see. But I think Jalix Hunt is a starter over him. Like, I think Jalix Hunt is better than him. And I think Jalix Hunt is going to get more reps than him. Hopefully he has, hopefully he rebounds this year and he's pretty good. I mean, one can only hope. Yeah, it's Ringo season, man. Ringo is not better than Jackson. No hate to Ringo, but the instincts is not good. He can't recognize routes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. How do you say a kid that hasn't played that much or seen that much, how's he supposed to recognize everything unless he gets out in the field and learns? I think you have to go out in the field and learn. So, I think Ringo, we need a little patience with. The only constant criticism I hear about Ringo is that he's bad hips and it makes him slow when changing direction. Ringo probably doesn't even need a veteran to watch. Just look at 27. Yeah, I don't know. All that hip stuff and all that stuff. It's, they say what they say, but he does have decent speed, straightaway speed. So, positioning, how he plays, the little things are going to be what's going to set him off. Nobody's perfect when they come in. Very few guys are perfect. You have to develop. But the Eagles, they went up, they traded up for him. They have given him 2 years to develop. Let's see what he can do. And if he doesn't turn out, if he can't win the job, then guess what? Adoree Jackson's there to kind of shut it down and kind of keep it steady. James Bradbury and Darius Slay couldn't recognize routes in 2023 neither, which was Ringo's rookie season. You'll be seeing anything. Yeah. Sidney Brown only got hurt last season. He didn't play because the injury was severe and he had him sidelined. Vic's system had learned Sidney Brown will be better. I think Sidney Brown will be better this year. Is he good enough to be the starting safety? Maybe. I think that you should bring in competition. I would draft a guy really early and then let them fight over it. That said, Dean couldn't play before he had a chance. They said Nolan was a bust before he had a chance. I can't wait to see Ringo make these fans. I agree. I think Ringo's going to make a lot of people eat their words. I think Ringo's going to be much better than people think. I think Ringo has been waiting for his chance, and I think he's getting a chance to get it. And that's what I like about this signing. I think this is more about Ringo and playing him than about Adoree Jackson. I really do. I don't think the Eagles want to go get Asante Samuel Jr. or Jair Alexander because it means Ringo doesn't play. They want the young guys to play. I love that. I love that we're playing these young guys and we're having success doing it. Look at all the young guys that have developed into players on this team, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Like you said, Nolan Smith, everybody wrote him off after 1 year. Jalix Hunt, people said, why would the Eagles get a third rounder, a kid that was a safety a few years ago? And then, Nakobe Dean, he was a bust and he was never going to amount to anything. People wanted him cut at the end of last training camp. So I don't know. I mean, Reed Blankenship's another guy. And I've even complained about, I didn't know what Reed Blankenship was. He showed out to be a lot better. These guys are young. They're playing good, and they got to continue to develop. And that's what we got to do. And giving Ringo the chance, to me, is the point of this move for Adoree Jackson. He is not a guy that's going to come in and pay. You're going to have to pay so much money that you have to play him, and you're not playing Ringo. But if you need him to play because, let's say, Ringo isn't the guy or something goes wrong, he can come in and he can play. I like the move. I think it's a good move. That's another reason C.J. Gardner-Johnson was traded. We already looking for his replacement. Well, it seems like in the draft, it seems like at the combine, they were really looking at safeties, 500, do you think Will Shipley can be Danny Woodhead type back? I think he's got some talent. I do. Here's how much I don't hate Ringo. He has bad hips for a cornerback, but great speed for a safety. Playmaster. I think moving him to safety is an interesting. I think Bubba said that earlier. I think that's an interesting idea, and I'm not totally opposed to it. Especially if he doesn't have success at the cornerback position, and you want to move him over, I would be okay with that. But like, you can't have him go into this season like all season being ready to play corner and then expect it to change him to safety. Like, to me, that's a whole all season thing. That's something you do next year. So you play him a corner, you're going to give him a chance at corner. Let's say it doesn't work out, you get through the season, and then you move him to safety, and you give him a whole all season to prepare for it. So that's like, safety talk to me is like a year away for him. Becton is gone 500. Where did he go? I didn't see it. Where did Becton go? Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Where did Becton go? I didn't see anything with Becton. Why are we playing Duck Duck Goose with our secondary? Window to win another one is open. I don't think you are playing Duck Duck Goose. You're playing the secondary guys. Well, Becton what? Where did Becton go? BS Becton not going. Okay. 6'3", 200 with 2.3 speed. He should be a great corner. Who's that? Who's that, Philly Matt? Ringo's a natural, big physical health, athleticism to run sideline, rarely tactical pro safety. Need to move him there. I'm not opposed to it if he can't play corner. Yeah, who keeps saying that Becton's going? Just time him out. He's just being distracting. Adoree Jackson has a hell of a punt. He used to be, yeah. I mean, he's a little older now, so I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. Cooper's our slot. He's perfect at that position. They're going to keep him there. To me, that's also the other thing. I think this move shows you they're keeping Cooper DeJean in the slot. I like this move. I do. I think this is a good move. But I think, like I said, this is about Ringo. This isn't about Adoree Jackson. You get a veteran. You get him cheap. You get a guy that comes in and can play. But you're really putting yourself in a position to give your cornerback Ringo a chance to start. And I think that's what it's about. I don't really understand why everybody's giving up on Ringo so quick. I honestly don't understand that. But I think Ringo's going to get a chance, and I really like that. I wonder if Becton's knees become an issue. I don't know. We'll see with Becton. My bad, 500. Meant to say Becton is gone. Forgot to put is gone. Oh, is Becton gone? Gotcha. I do agree that our chance of winning back-to-backs are slim, but I think an open window wider for longer years to come. Yeah, I think the Eagles' chances to win a Super Bowl, another Super Bowl, are very, very high right now. I think they're very, very high. This is solid. Yeah, I would grade this as an A. I would grade this as an A in context of where you're using him for and what the reasoning is that you brought him in for the price you brought him in. In context, I would give it an A. You say I give it a grade A, people think, well, he's not a Pro Bowl. He's not, he's not the best corner. He's not Patrick Surtain. How can you give it an A? In context for what the Eagles are trying to do and what they've done, I think it's an A. So I give it an A. Cheap, veteran that can play, and now you're going to let Ringo start. And that's what I like more than anything in the world. I am going to go get out of here. I got to go pick my kids up at school. They just called me. That was who was calling. But if there's more news later, I'll be back, of course. I wanted to come back and talk to you guys about this one. I'd say it's about 50-50 from what I could gather of people that like it and don't like it. But I think, like I said, this to me is more about Ringo and less about Adoree Jackson. But I like this, and I'm happy about it. Elliot said we should draft the kicker. Maybe. Still need to draft a defensive back at top 3 rounds. Ringo's fresh. I agree. You. I think you need to too. I agree with you on that. I agree. Taco Star, peace out. All right, my man. Peace out. All right, guys. I'm gonna go get my kids. Any late news coming later, I'll be back. With that said, we out. Peace.
Oh, you have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. You gotta do something. I feel like it's gonna take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.